The euthanasia advocate has been convicted of 2 charges of importing pentobarbital, a drug which can be used to commit suicide. Following a trial in the High Court in Wellington in February, Susan Austen was found guilty of the drug charges, but she was acquitted of assisting the suicide of Annemarie Treadwell, who killed herself using drugs which Austen supplied. Today, Justice Thomas convicted and ordered Austen to pay more than $7,000 in fines. However, her supporters are urging people to have their say on the end-of-life choices bill to avoid such cases taking place in the future. Our reporter Annemarie May was at the sentencing hearing.
Justice Thomas said Susan Austen's drug importations were premeditated and organised, and she had not taken responsibility or expressed any remorse. She said Austen sought to minimise the seriousness of her offending by referring to her genuine desire to help others.
What is troubling about that, however, is there is nothing to suggest you are qualified to help people by providing them with a lethal drug. When you were interviewed by the police in connection with Mrs. Treadwell's suicide, you told them you were quite naive about her mental health.
The defence lawyer, Dr. Donald Stevens, sought a discharge without conviction, reading from references which spoke of Austen's high ideals and compassion, including one from the former MP and euthanasia campaigner Marianne Street.
One of the other referees described Mrs. Austen as an amazing woman who has, quote, the attributes we could all aspire to: compassionate, generous, honest and loyal.
Dr. Stevens said the consequences of a conviction would outweigh the seriousness of Austen's offending, including affecting international travel and her charity work, but Justice Thomas disagreed.
Given your long period of volunteering and the publicity which your offending has already received, I do not consider there is a real and appreciable risk that you will be barred from future volunteering opportunities. That an organisation might decline your services in light of your offending is a different matter.
Susan Austen says she was disappointed about not being discharged without conviction. However, she thanked all those who supported her and urged others to get involved in backing the End-of-Life Choices bill.
Please be proactive. Help make it happen. It is such a pity that law-abiding citizens who wish to avoid a lingering, unbearable death under the current law may have to break the law by importing drugs.
Austen supporters packed the public gallery at the High Court. One of them, Helen Cartmel, says the publicity arising from the police operation which targeted euthanasia advocates who had gathered at Austen's home had done more for the cause than the advocates could have done themselves.
And whether people are supportive or not, they couldn't have avoided the issue. I think a lot of people have now started to think really hard about whether this opportunity for people to have assisted dying should now be enshrined in law.
In April, the Independent Police Conduct Authority ruled the police broke the law by setting up the bogus breath testing checkpoint to target euthanasia advocates. The Privacy Commissioner found the collection of information at the checkpoint was also a breach of the Privacy Act. For her part, Susan Austen says she will no longer be importing drugs. For Checkpoint, Annemarie May.